Welcome to Point Blank, brought to you by Fitz Roofing. I'm Brandon Strange, and I'm joined as always by Joel Blank of ESPN Houston's Press Box. Joel, welcome in. I saw a headline this morning, and I knew that I had to talk to you about it. New York Post, Red Sox quietly bring back another cheater. So it's really interesting now. It seems like the media is finally starting to kind of see some of this hypocrisy that some of the Houston fans identified early on. So even though Alex Cora was reportedly at the center of the sign stealing scandal in both Houston and Boston, and replay room coordinator J.T. Watkins was the only person to receive punishment, they have both now been brought back into the Red Sox organization. Joel, what are your thoughts on this?
There's a lot of thoughts, Brandon, because what I've been pushing the whole time with this is equality across the board from the national media, from everybody that covers baseball, and from the commissioner's office. Because it's one thing to say the Astros cheated, and let's start by saying that, once again, we reiterate, the Astros cheated, but they weren't the only team. The fact that Rob Manfred has decided that they are going to be the poster children and the only children that are going to be punished for what the whole league was doing has been a travesty. But now I want all the national media, the Bob Nightingales and the Jeff Passons and the Buster Olneys that went at the Astros with such passion to start going after the Red Sox and then eventually going after the Yankees. Because remember now, we're still waiting for that one letter to become unsealed in which more cheating with the Yankees could possibly come out. There's so many different things here that have to be brought out. And the main thing is, look, from an Astros fan's perspective, admit it, you cheated. But then from a fan's perspective outside of Houston, realize this, read the documents. They cheated in 17, but in 18 and 19, when it mattered most in the postseason, when the Dodger fans still want to make an issue of it, they were clean. The fact that other teams were still doing what they had been doing, and now blatantly in front of everybody, Alex Cora says, hey, you know what? I did my time. It's over. Is it? Because here's the thing. You never really paid the punishment that the Astros paid. A.J. Hinch and Jeff Luhnow paid, but at the same time, yes, you had to sit out a year. You got your old job back. They didn't. And there's so many different teams with so many guys like this that are sitting there and wondering what their fate's going to be if this gets any, and hoping to God it doesn't get any bigger than it is, because this could be a massive story that Rob Manfred does not want.
I think it's an interesting layer to this about kind of the way in which both teams kind of fessed up to what they did or didn't. But before we get into those nuances, why don't you give us a word from Fitz Roofing?
We love Fitz Roofing. They're loyal to us at SportsMap and at ESPN Radio. They're loyal to the people of Houston, Texas. They'll be loyal to you too, because they have the best warranties and the best ratings in the business, along with the best products. All you got to do is call them 832-521-3001. They'll do a free, I said free, no obligation inspection today, tell you what they can do, and then if you want them to come back, you just call back. They do great work before, during, and after the sale. It's Fitz Roofing, making a difference one home at a time.
So another point of hypocrisy here is that there's all this internet outrage that's directed at the Astros for a lack of accountability, or at least perceived accountability. Now, Joel, they did admit their misdeeds.
There's no real way to express how much regret we have, how much remorse we have, on the heels of kind of what Alex and Jose talked about. I'm sorry that we're in this situation today.
I love this game too much to be seen as a cheater and to be seen as all other people are saying. So we gotta go out there and play baseball and show people that we can truly play, that we're talented, that we're a great team, that we're the best team out there, and the only way to do that is winning games.
That looks like contrition to me. I mean, but they clearly committed the crime of still having belief in their abilities unaided by the signal decoding. So yet here's another video replay guy for the Red Sox who did not admit anything. Like he didn't admit to anything, even though he was at the center of the wrongdoing. So that's pretty hypocritical that the only person to have found any official guilt within the Red Sox organization didn't admit any wrongdoing and is brought back immediately. Am I crazy?
No, you're absolutely right, Brandon, because here's the thing. Where's the other irony? Cora got punished for his role with the Astros, but yet the Red Sox, who supposedly weren't cheating, well, Well, they got Cora back, and the first thing after Cora is hired is the video guy comes back. Now you're going to make everybody in the world believe, hey, we're not cheating and we had nothing to do with it. We're just going to go on business as usual. Well, if you pull this leg, it'll whistle happy birthday, because there's no possible way anybody should or could believe that that is true. And the fact of the matter is, unless Major League Baseball puts someone in the video room and someone in the clubhouse and someone in the dugout, there's no way that you can tell me that they're not going to go right back to the way that they've been doing business and trying to capitalize on whatever signal stealing scandal, whatever system they put in place. They'll keep doing it. They'll just make sure they're doing it more subtly, because every team is still doing it. And the fact that this guy got rehired, you wonder if there wasn't a wink-wink deal with whether it be the Red Sox and or baseball that said, hey, take your punishment, walk away quietly. This is going to work out okay for you. Because this is a bad look, not just for the Red Sox. This is a bad look for baseball.
If you believe Jeff Luhnow in his current lawsuit, he says that the guy that was one of the guys that was helping with the Houston sign decoding is still employed for the team. Meanwhile, here's Boston allowed to hire back the only person to be punished for their scandal. Is it fair to say that the optics appear for MLB that they're more looking to scapegoat people than they are interested in preventing further sign stealing?
This is absolutely true, Brian. What they're really trying to do is save the marketability of the product of Major League Baseball. Because if this gets out and it really gets as widespread as it seems like it should, it's going to be a black eye for baseball, and it's going to be a bruise that they may not be able to recover from quite some time. And that's why Rob Manfred from the get-go was hoping that this would be put the blame on the Astros, sweep it under the rug, and hope that it goes away and we never have to deal with it again. But it just won't go away. And now with stories like this and hirings that have happened in Boston, and I'm sure that the Yankees, like I said, still have information that's out there that is yet to be brought to the forefront, that there are more and more teams that are going to be found out to have been doing this. And that's a bad look for baseball. And we know what happened in the NBA when they got caught with Tim Donaghy, the referee, and cheating, and what a bad look it was for the league. And then the questions abound about, well, how much cheating was going on and how many referees were involved. Same thing with baseball. When this starts getting out, and if it does get out and the truth starts really being told, Rob Manfred and baseball have a massive problem, because from a marketability and popularity standpoint and credibility standpoint, Major League Baseball's in the crosshairs, and it's a very bad look.